Did that doggy? Oh, she's such a good girl. She's such a good girl. Didn't you? What? What? Hey guys, little, I guess, review, instructional video, whatever you want to call it. I've noticed some folks using work type gloves. Good option. They're cut proof, they're abrasion proof, to somewhat, they're a little bit on the shock proof side just because of their thickness. They're a good alternative, especially for off-road and for on-road, to the purpose-built gloves. These can be fairly expensive, $20 to $30. I think I paid like 25 bucks for these. And in a short period of time, the material on the back gets frayed up. There's only a thin layer of suede on the front of it, and the first thing that goes on me, and it really drives me nuts, is the Velcro. So a good alternative, as I said, are these. Just your standard $9 or $10 Walmart is good enough, Ace Hardware work gloves. They're leather. They come in pigskin and cow skin, whatever, leather. These are Wells Lamont. Typically I buy a size smaller, and I'll show you why. We're going to do a little process here. So you take off all these stupid labels. Get your staple out of there. Okay. Personally, I like to get rid of these ties because I don't need them. What will end up happening is we're going to fit these gloves to us, so we don't need ties. And I also, for me, I don't like a long glove, so I'll fold over the ends, and that kind of keeps them tight on your hands. But one size down, if you can fit into them. Otherwise, the process will still work. So I'm going to do the next step. All right. So the next step in this is, and you probably don't want to do this on a cold day, but we're going to wet these down. And you want to make sure that they get nice and soaked, get that nice dark color in them. This will do a couple of things. It's going to soften them up. It's going to get some of that tanning solution or dye out of them, so your hands aren't always yellow. They'll just be yellow for the first ride. You want to get them good inside and out. Make sure you get all the water out of them. And you kind of want to get them a little on the down to where they're damp. Squish the water through them. Okay, go on to the next step here. All right, so the next step is to try to get these suckers on your hand. Which is not going to be terribly easy, but the work involved is going to make them all that much better. Make sure you get them to where your fingers are right down in the bottoms, and just kind of mold them in. Tuck them right in. Make sure that they're pushed all down on your hands. Like I said, I like to double these over. We're gonna, this process is actually gonna form fit them to your hand. just like that. So you're going to want to do the wet down process a couple of times, or until you're comfortable with how they fit. This next process, you're going to want to do it as much as possible. Next process is to take your gloves out and go for a ride. I like this part of the process. So all kidding aside, you're going to want to do the wet and ride process, because you're going to want to do a nice day-long ride, get them to dry out and conform to your hands, because they're going to shrink right to how your hands fit. I would do that at least twice, and then as many times as possible until you're comfortable with the fit. I can already feel that they're forming to my hands. So there's one or two more steps here. One of the things that you want to be aware of when they're in this wet condition is that they're very pliable, and you have to use caution when they're wet and you're trying to get them to form, to not stretch them out in any way that you don't want them to be. And also, as a benefit, if you got some weird things going on, like this pinky's a little bit out of whack and that seam might bother me, you can actually form fit the gloves so that that seam is not where you don't want it. So this is the point of time to make any changes to the gloves that you want. One of the benefits to these gloves too is like anything else, if it's multi-purpose, there's more of a benefit to them. So I mean, not only do you have a set of riding gloves, you got a set of work gloves, changing the oil, and I'll show you something you can do when you're changing the oil with these two that'll help you provide longer life with them. But multi-use is a good benefit. Makes them even more practical. So these puppies are not even quite dry yet, and you can already see the results of the little process here. We've already got them shaped pretty much like our hands. I mean, even right down to the knuckle bumps. I mean, it does a really nice job. So a couple of times at getting them wet and drying them out works really well. And if you want to condition your gloves right, this is the kind of riding you want to do. Little off-road! Actually, any kind of riding will just get on there and get your hands in the right positions, and they'll form right to it, form to your handlebars. And okay, you really should wait a few rides after your first soaking, but for production value here, we're gonna do it again today. But you can already see how nicely shaped these things are. I mean, they look just like my hand. But I would let these dry right out before you do the second. But we're gonna do our second right now. And I would highly suggest not doing this with your drinking water, but I'm kind of on my way home. Once again, soak them right down. Get that nice dark color all the way through them. Inside and out. Save me a couple of sips of water here. So just make sure you kind of push it through them and make sure the water's all the way through the gloves so they're nice and soaked. don't want to wring them, you just kind of want to squeeze them out, get them to a state where they're just damp. So now once again that they're thoroughly soaked, just gently put them back on. Don't want to stretch them out too much, because you've got a little bit of shape into them. Like I said, they'll hold a little bit more shape if you wait a little bit longer in between them and let them dry out thoroughly. But every time you do this, you want to make sure that they're pushed right down on your hands the way you want them to ride. So just keep fixing the places that need to be fixed. Tuck them right down in the corners of your fingers. Push them on over the fingertips and the thumbs, especially the thumbs. Get it pushed right down. Okay, back to riding. So after you do a few cycles and you're comfortable with where your gloves are at, the last thing I do, and it's kind of an ongoing maintenance thing, and I wouldn't waste clean oil on it. The next time you change oil on your bike and make sure that they're dry, is change oil with the gloves on your hands. Take the residual oil and just work it into the gloves, and it'll keep them in good shape. Grease is good. If you get grease on them, just rub it in, and it'll keep them flexible and a little bit waterproof. They won't be waterproof, but they're good, inexpensive alternative to these, and a better alternative to cheap gloves. So that's a set of inexpensive work gloves that you can use for trail riding. They work pretty good. Conform to your hands. So the things that you need to do is purchase a pair of gloves, one size down. I cut off all of the adjustment things. Make sure you get your tags off at least twice. Wet them and ride with them. Let them dry out very well. When you get them in a good shape and you feel that they're where you want them, size-wise and everything, go ahead and put a little bit of used motor oil on them, and that'll help protect them and everything. When you get them wet, make sure that you let them dry out on your hands at some point, or just restart the process. It shouldn't take too much, just a little bit of dampness, and go out for a ride. Hey, it's an excuse to go for a ride. So appreciate you watching. It's just a thought. It's what I do, what I used to do, and what I'm doing now, because I'm sick of paying $30 for Fox gloves and having the Velcro wear out and the backs rip out, and the built gloves that are $9 or $10 are absolutely just, they're not worth the $10 that you pay for them. These are $10. They'll last about 10 years. Thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, like, share. Adios.